You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system for your glass a little. Expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might flash a little. Get addicted to the content, gotta binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited, bet your friends watching in the house and your job parking lot before you clocking. I don't wanna miss a second of this HD content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn it back until you sorry, try again. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
What's up? What's going on, you guys? This is the second time that I went live today, and I wasn't even planning on going live today. I had went live earlier today, about 5 o'clock-ish, 5:15-ish, to do a live review of the TV show, Ruthless by Tyler Perry. So for y'all who's fans of that new TV show, it's only on its 6th episode. About Tyler, it's a title Ruthless, and it's about some cult, some crazy leader named the Highest. Anywho, we reviewed that live this afternoon, early this evening around 5-ish. So I wasn't planning on actually going live again. And then when I was out earlier running some errands, my son hit me up to tell me, he was like, Mom, you know how, okay. Now, I'm sure most of y'all raised your sons to be respectful, not to cuss in front of adults, in front of the elders, things like that. But you have to give them a pass sometimes. You have to give them a pass sometimes, especially when they really aggravated and upset, and you know how it is. Because I know when I was growing up, and my mom, she don't cuss, really religious, and sometimes you slip up in front of your parents and you're like, oh, my bad, I'm sorry, oops. But yeah, he was going off. He was like, Mom, you ain't gonna believe this. Somebody tried to break into the apartment and we was in there and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, what you mean somebody tried to break into your apartment building, boy? But I guess they have this tenant who lives downstairs, and I guess a lot of other people in the building have been having problems with this guy in the past, and they think that he's on drugs, and whatever the drugs are, they think that it might be like some hallucinogens or, things that makes him hallucinate, because he be talking crazy or out of the left field, talking out of his head, talking out the side of his face, however they say that. But, so I told my son, I said, well, you need to call the cops. Even though that's your neighbor and they live, below you, you still have to call the cops. And you still have to you need to call the landlord as well. And when the cops came out, they did tell my son, make sure you talk to management, talk to the landlord, and let them know what's going on. But for just in case you guys haven't seen the video, my son, it's funny because, I'm glad they saved. It's not funny as far as the attempted burglary or whatnot, but it's funny because my sons, they be like, every time, they out and about, if they see something interesting, they'll record it and they'll send it to me because they know I'm a YouTuber and I like to blog and, talk about stuff, especially in the community. So he recorded, what was going on. And even in the video, he said, I'm about to send this to my mom because, he just knows, I'll probably upload it if I had to tape. So, anywho, make sure you guys hit the like button on your way in. Make sure you share the live if you like. And also make sure you subscribe to the Hood Table. Hit that notification bell also after you subscribe to the Hood Table. Thank you. And we are working on being monetized. So Hopefully we'll be monetized soon. We already got enough subscribers. We just, need to meet the watch hours criteria, which is 4,000 watch hours. We are really close. So we're working on doing that. Hopefully by the end of the week, I'm going to go live again tomorrow. Then I got an interview Saturday. And we going live tomorrow for Friday Night Live. And that, just like the live we did the other day, that was like a taste of Friday Night Live, where we just talk about all kind of different subjects, whether it's YouTube stuff or stuff out in the streets, trending news, hood news, whatever. It's like no holds barred, live, and anybody can jump on the stream, by clicking the link, come on the StreamYard if they actually want to be on the screen with us. So let me show you guys the video for some of y'all who have not yet seen the video footage. Let's see. Gotta hit share screen. Okay. Let me make it bigger. Okay, I hope it's not echoing like it was doing last time. It was echoey. Matter of fact, let me stop it real quick because I want to make sure I did something right. So let me see. Share screen. Share audio. Please let me know if it's all echoey and stuff, because we had that issue the other night. I think you guys can see it okay. All right. Hey, what's up to my The Hood Table Squad and to my Tony's Primetime TV Squad. Today has been a crazy day. Somebody tried to break into my son's apartment. They had a knife, and my son is safe now. Thank God. Thank you, Jesus, for that. But he did record everything and send it to me. And the perpetrator has also been taken to jail. But anyway, I thought I'd share this video with y'all. Y'all be safe out there, from my family to yours, because it's a lot of crazy stuff is going on these days.
Yeah, I see you in his hand. I'm about to send this to my mom.
You don't have any other weapons? You're good. I'm just going to check you for weapons.
I swear to God, I don't. Man, look. Y'all.
On you?
Yeah.
For what?
No, because.
Yeah. What's in this pocket? I just got to make sure it's nothing's good.
Cell phone.
Remote, nothing's getting poke and stick me, right?
No, sir. No, sir.
Why you got a knife out? People calling saying you're threatening to butcher a cat.
No, somebody cut my cat.
You cut your cat?
We were coming back down the road there, and all of a sudden she got a hip replaced off. And I know you're not.
You can't be standing out here with a knife in your hand.
I'm not standing there.
Come here, Tim Radiant.
I know y'all don't believe.
Excuse me. I called. I'm the one that called. He's the one. He tried to break into my apartment.
You tried to break into your
Yeah.
apartment. All right.
Tried to do
Hold
what?
up. Just stay over here.
You're good.
Sir?
Yeah.
Me and my girlfriend were sitting on the couch watching TV, and all of a sudden I started hearing like the knobs on my door start twisting. And I look out the doorknob and I say, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm trying to get in." And I'm like, "Why?" It's like, "Because I'm trying to deliver some food." He's like, "Well, we don't want no food and you can't come in here." And so he continues to go upstairs and starts to knock on her door. And so that's what she's talking to him about. And then he comes outside with this big ass knife and starts threatening me, telling him to let him back in the apartment. So she comes down with her daughter, lets him out, and he just walks right back out and continues to stab at the door.
Okay. Do you know, does he live in here?
Downstairs, 1 or 2.
Okay. Have you had issues with him at all in the past or anything?
It's every day. We hear him yelling.
Like it seems like a mental health thing.
Yeah, whatever it is, it's getting out of hand.
Okay.
And he tried to break into my apartment while me and my girlfriend were watching TV.
Just by trying the knife,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Aye, yes, sir. Yes, I did. Day 4/12/7. I'm telling you, man, I have seen some shit for the last 19 days. Yeah, I yeah, I come to like 3 to 5 a day. I'm drinking
I think somebody did something to him because he's hallucinating. He is. If you seeing shit in your window, shit hanging,
Oh
stuff
God,
like that, that just don't sound like him.
he on them drugs. Somebody doing that now? He just on that shit.
one. No. Oh, yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. He confused. You could tell.
When he was trying your door, was there a lot of knocking and stuff going on too?
No, he had like the end piece of a hanger. So it was a tool. He wasn't just knocking or twisting at the doorknob. He had a tool actually trying to get into my door.
Would you say that this was possibly disturbing your peace?
It was definitely disturbing my peace.
Okay. I think
And do you see how big that knife is? And he's like yelling at me to come let him in the apartment. Like, what if I come over here and you decide to like jab me in my throat or something?
Yeah, we're going to take care of it this evening. So
yeah, please.
One of the things I would suggest doing as well is talking to the management here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so that is the footage from earlier today. It was really scary.
Gay. I just talk like I'm gay, but I'm not gay.
Oh,
Bitch, you gay.
I just clicked on the Brianna's live accident. Well, it came on actually after my video stopped. You know how YouTube videos just pop on right after you another one ends up playing. So anyway, I'm about to tune in to Brianna or later and find out what the heck she's talking about. She said something about somebody being gay. But anywho, yeah, that was really scary. My son, I was just out about running some errands, and because I've been cooped up in the house all week, like everybody else, you know, most people are, you know, practicing self-distancing and quarantining themselves and their family and whatnot. And I was just out riding around, and I got a call from I think did he call me? Yeah, he called me. And he was like, "Mom, you ain't gonna believe this." He was just going off and cursing. I was like, what happened? Why are you talking like that? And he was like, somebody just tried to break into my apartment building. And I'm like, and you call me? I mean, of course, you know, as mom, or if you were dad or whatever, of course you would want to know something like that. But I was like, boy, if you don't hang up this phone and pick up the phone and call 911, 911, 911, because they need to come out there and handle this situation. And by then, it was like my son, they were still in the house, and he was calling me. And he was like, man, we don't want to be in the house, you know, why this dude is out there. And I'm like, well, do you really want to go outside? And the dude, I guess he didn't have a knife at the time. My son said he had a hanger trying to break into his apartment. So what they did was they came out of the apartment and got in their car when the coast was clear, and jumped in their car and locked the doors and just sat in the car. And that's when they called the cops. And by that time, the man he had went upstairs because he left their apartment, and he went upstairs and he started banging on somebody else's door, trying to get in somebody else's door. And that's when my son and them, you know, they left their apartment and they went out to the car. They called the cops. The cops came out, and I don't know what's wrong with that dude. I'm like, he's obviously on drugs. He was talking about skinning a cat or somebody killing his cat. And if you pay close attention to the very beginning of the video that I played you guys, in the beginning the man is banging on the door and he got a big butcher knife in his hand and he's banging on the door and trying to get inside the apartment building. And my son and them was in the car, waiting on the cops to come. So then when the cops came, they asked my son, what was going on. Does he always cause problems here? Does he live here? Stuff like that. And yeah, he lives there and he lives on the floor below them. And the cops told him the same thing that I said, which was, okay, you called us. Now you also need to contact your apartment management company or your landlord so they can know what's going on. I'm just afraid that the guy is going to be allowed back into the apartment building, because with it being the way that it is right now, with a lot of people not working, getting laid off, reduced hours, and a lot of landlords giving people a little leeway on their rent, just like utility companies and even the state. Like my place was due at the end of last month, and because of what's going on and me doing videos and working and baking cakes for customers, just all kind of stuff, I totally forgot to pay by my place by the 31st. So on the 2nd, it hit me. I was like, oh my God, I gotta pay by my place. And so I called down there to see, what their hours was, not even thinking that they might be closed, because everything right now is closed. So they told me that I have to go online or I can pay over the phone my plates, and then they'll mail me my stickers. So that's what they did. I got my stickers in 2 days. But anywho, so everything is closed right now, and companies giving people leeway with their bills. And so I'm thinking, no, if the landlord, this apartment building, if this dude gets evicted, will they think okay, we need to put this dude out, but then on the flip side, we really need the rent. We really need the money. So I'm hoping that, the landlord doesn't allow him to stay there. I don't know how long he's going to be in jail. As y'all saw from the video, this guy, it definitely seems like he's on some type of drugs. I don't know what type of drugs, but my son said to the cop, and he told me before that, there's some crazy guy. He's always walking around talking to himself and yelling and screaming. And I just never seen him before till my son sent me the video tonight, after he tried to break into his house and then break into somebody else's house. You saw the other black lady there filing her report with the cops. She's like, yeah, then he came to my house after he left this dude's house trying to get into my apartment. So, and then he had a wire hanger. It was trying to get into my son's apartment. So it was no mistake. The police was like, did he have a weapon? Are you sure he was trying to get in the building? Or my son was like, yeah, he was turning the knob and all that kind of stuff and trying to get in the apartment. And then I guess when my son looked out the peephole, I think he said he looked out the doorknob. But what he meant to say was, he was talking to the cops and everything, going, and so I think he meant to say he looked out the peephole. That's what I'm assuming, because you can't look out the doorknob. But so he must have looked out the peephole and saw the dude and saw he had a wire hanger. And so the police, they took that information down and they told him that they're going to take him to jail, take the perp to jail. And it's just crazy, because I was scared, because I'm thinking, did this guy really want to just rob them and just take something out of their house, take their possession, and not harm them? But with him running around with that butcher knife, man, I'm like, I was scared. I was scared for my child. Hey, the Unfiltered Muffy's World. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just up here, reeling from the fact that my son's apartment building almost got broken in by some guy who was on drugs. The police did take him to jail. I played the video because my son recorded the whole thing. He was like, on the video, he was like, I'm sending this to my mom because she would want to see this. And so he sent me the video, which I played earlier in the live. Y'all can replay it if y'all come in late. But yeah, so I'm glad my son is safe. It's a lot of crazy stuff going on. I mean, the world is already crazy. Things already go on crazy every single day. But I mean, lately it's been a lot more people. I think a lot more people is, taking it hard with dealing with this coronavirus stuff. I mean, you keep seeing videos of people fighting in the stores, fighting over food, fighting over tissue. I mean, the other night, we had like packed out parks, and 3 people got shot at one park, and one of those 3 people died. It was like an 18-year-old died at one of the popular parks here in my city. And then a day, like later on that afternoon, our mayor, she declared all parks off limit. Like they had been telling people, stay away from the parks. We're not cleaning any playground equipment. Do not go outside if you don't have to, like it is everywhere else in the United States. But people were still going to the parks. People still playing basketball, playing football, taking their kids, putting them on the slides that aren't being cleaned, by the way. And so after that, the police have to go up there to the park and make everybody disperse. And then somebody died. And so yesterday, they made it official. All the parks are officially closed. Now, the trails here are open. That might be the same, across the United States where they're leaving the trails open. But police are, trying to enforce the social distancing. So they're out there and they're making sure people aren't in crowds bigger than 10, making sure they're six feet apart at least, all that kind of stuff. And I think, I'm not going to try to blame it on the Rona, like blame it on the coronavirus or this man acting crazy like that. But I'm just saying in general, it's a lot of crazy things going on. And it's like, I'm so tired of this. I'm ready for it to be over. But when my sons called me and told me that his apartment, somebody was trying to break into their apartment, I immediately went into like, mama bear mode, and I'm out driving and running errands. I'm like, do you need me to come over there? I can whip this SUV around real quick. Should call up some of the fam, call up some of the relos, because that's how we get down. If you need me, he said, no, we safe. The cop's supposed to be here in a minute. The guy, he's out there still banging on the door and swinging a knife around and cursing and stuff. But they was like, we in the parking lot, we in our car. He said, I'm recording everything just in case something go down and the cops, need to see the footage. So my son was up there recording, but he was at a safe distance from the guy. And again, when the cops got there, they saw the knife. So it wasn't like he hid it or anything. It was a big knife. If y'all look in the very beginning of the video, when the man is on the porch banging on the apartment door, you can see him, swinging that big old butcher knife around. And I'm just glad that my son, like, I posted a post earlier on Facebook, and some people's like, oh, I would have done this, or he would have got his butt beat, or whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm like, trust and believe. My son was ready to go. He was ready, set, go. But I'm glad that he was being smart. This guy had a knife. He obviously was on I don't know what he was on, alcohol, drugs, what influence he was under, but he was under the influence of something. You could tell by the way he was slurring and, like, looked like he was waving, and how it be when you high, you drunk, like you waving around. And the cops was asking him how to spell his name, and he kept had to repeat his name and repeat the spelling. And the guy obviously, like I said, was under the influence of something, and the other neighbors have been complaining. So I'm hoping that the landlord, he ain't put the man out before, but I'm hoping that after tonight, when the man was said to be breaking into 2 different tenants' buildings, his neighbors, breaking into their apartments, I'm hoping that the landlord will, get rid of him. We shall see. I will keep y'all posted with the update and let y'all know what happens. The man, they did take him to jail. I don't know how long he's going to be in jail. I don't know if he's going to get bonded out. I don't know right now. But, I will update you guys once I find out some more information. But again, my son is safe. His girlfriend is safe. Thank God. Because I was like, oh my God, I ain't got no weapon on me or nothing. But I'm coming, son. I'm coming. I was whipping that truck around. He was He was like, Mom, we gonna be good. We gonna be okay. I'm like, we shall see. And then he had called the cops because after he first called me, I said, call the cops. But then my son called me back like 10 minutes later to my mom, the man is out here swinging the knife around and da-da-da. I'm like, okay. So I called the cops. I'm like, if y'all don't get over there to such and such and such an address and, you know, for my son, I said, y'all better get there before I do. Y'all better get there before I do, because I might not have no weapon on me, but that truck is about 5,000 pounds. That SUV is about 5,000 pounds. Shoot, I didn't have no weapon on me, but you know how it is when people be making messing with your kids, and don't make no threats to my kids. But I'm glad that he was smart, and you know, as soon as he realized the guy left his apartment building, because they could have stayed in the apartment building, but it's like you in an apartment building and somebody's trying to break in your house, and you see a chance for you to get away because they didn't run up the stairs and went somewhere, you know. I can't, you know, I guess you got to be in a certain situation. I always say that you got to be in a certain situation before you know, be like, oh, I would have done this, I would have done that. Because some people's like, oh, I would have opened the door and I would have, you know, we would have started banging. My son don't know if he had the knife on him at the time. All he saw was the wire hanger that the man was trying to use to break into his apartment. The knife could have been in his pants. It could have been in his pocket. It could have been on the floor on the side of the door. But they didn't see no weapon. All they saw was a wire hanger. So once they saw him run and, leave their apartment and go upstairs, and they heard him yelling and screaming upstairs, they left their apartment, locked the door, ran outside, jumped in their vehicle, and called 911. So I'm just glad they're safe. I'm really, really glad they're safe. And I'm glad everybody else there is safe. The police took multiple reports from different tenants. So again, I hope the landlord, you know, does what he needs to do and get them out of Dodge. I don't, you know, they in the hood, we in the hood, we all in the hood, you know. I'm born and raised in the hood, so I know things like this does happen in the hood and in the burbs. More, I actually think more houses get broken into in the burbs, but you know, it ain't like I got some statistics in front of me, but things do happen in the hood and things do happen in the burbs, and we all know how it go. Most of the negative things that happen that gets publicized and put in the media is the negative stuff that happens in the hood. So, you know, sometimes they'll report things that's negative in the burbs, but most of the time it's negative stuff going on in the hood. But anywho, y'all, I just want to jump on here and chat with you guys real quick and tell y'all what's been going on with me today. And it was so unexpected. But again, I'm glad he's safe. I'm glad his girlfriend's safe. And I told him, like, don't you be leaving your girlfriend. Don't let her walk in and out by herself. He was like, nah, she gonna stay on my hip. I'm like, oh, y'all, it's too cute. They is too cute. But he was like, yeah, my girl, I got her, mom, I got her. I'm like, okay, all right, just making sure. So y'all, I'm about to jump off of here and relax. Again, it's been a long day. I've been in training all week because I'm being cross-trained to help out in another department. I told y'all before, you know, ever since this coronavirus started, and people been getting sick and dying here in the United States, our claims for disability, you know, because I do disability as my main job, and, you know, I do other stuff on the side, you know. But for my main job, we've been getting a lot of claims for coronavirus, like almost every other claim, coronavirus, the flu, stay home, be quarantined. I can't go to work. The doctor told me to stay home for 2-3 weeks, you know, so it's a lot of claims coming in. And so the claims examiners, they need some assistance. So I was called on to be one of those people to get cross-trained so that we could try to help them out when they get busy and or whatnot. But hey, I'm just glad to have a job. But that's all I wanted to talk about tonight. I'll be back live tomorrow night. Again, it's Friday Night Live at the Hood Table. It's going to be no holds barred, no comment off limit. We can talk about things that's going on YouTube, things going on in the world, things going on in my hood and your hood. Whatever. So tomorrow night is No Holds Barred, Friday Night Live at the Hood Table. If you are not subscribed, make sure you please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can know when we are going live or when we upload. And of course, you know, make sure you hit the like button. It helps with the analytics on YouTube. So make sure you hit the like button. And in the meantime and in between time, to my Primetime TV squad and my Hood Table squad, I'm about to get on here and find out what Brianna Simone Pettyville was talking about, because when I was playing the video of my son that he recorded and sent to me of the burglar and the cops and stuff, or the attempted burglar, I say, because he didn't actually steal anything, but the perp. But after that video had went off, Brianna's live had popped up, and I heard her going off. So I'm like, let me go over there and see what Brianna talking about. So maybe I'll see some of y'all over there if she's still alive. But anyway, like, share, and subscribe. Have a safe, wonderful, healthy Good Friday weekend, Easter, even though I know some of us are going to be cooped up in the house not doing nothing for Easter. But be blessed, be safe, and be healthy. And I'm out. Deuces.